Welcome back to the Venom Workshop. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you how to remove the side fairings on this X22R Max. I was about to call it a GT for some reason. So what we're going to do here is we are going to remove all the side fairings. So I'll show you how to remove all here, here, all down there, and all this side here. So if you have to replace it, I'll show you how to do the whole side. All you're gonna need is a number 5 Allen key and a Phillips screwdriver, and that's it. We're gonna get started. So I'm gonna get my tools here ready and get something to put my bolts in, and we're gonna get started. Okay, so first we're gonna wanna do is take our seat off. So you're gonna need your key. You're gonna go right behind here. So right underneath here is your key. Right there. And it pops off this back seat. And then the front seat is actually held on by the back seat, so we can just go ahead and pop it up and off. And then we're gonna go to the other side. Good. So I'm gonna take off the right side one here. Okay. So I'm just gonna grab my Allen key, or well, my driver, and I'll be right back. So we're gonna start back here. We're gonna remove all these first. So you Phillips screwdriver, we're gonna take out these screws right here. And keep something, just put your screws in. And we got a bolt right here. Oop. And like I said, this is just a number 5 Allen key. I just have it on a driver, so it's a lot easier for me. And now that one can come off, and it just pops off. So just try to gently pull it off like that. And you want to pull this triangle piece off first. Just like this. And it has no screws or anything in it. Just wiggle it out of the tabs. Come on over there. On you. There we go. So that one's out. Set our fairing off to the side. And there's one more right here you're going to want to take out. I'm sure you guys can see that. Just like that. And we can pop that off. Set it off to the side. So that's that. Now, this one is easy. It's just one bolt here and one bolt on the bottom. So I can, ooh, careful. So I'll go ahead and pull those off. That, and then it just pops right off, just like that. And again, we'll put that off to the side. Put our bolts. And then we can remove this bolt. You're going to remove pretty well all the bolts that you see. You can remove your top ones too, because like I said, we're going to remove the whole fairing at the top here. So you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver for this one. Just like that. And this is number 5 bolt. That. Another one right here. Now this one here will actually come off now. Just like that. Then there's another Phillips screw right here. You want to take that off too. Just like that. And then I'm going to keep on taking down off our fairing bolts. This one has a nut and a really long bolt on it. So when you take it out, just put your nut back on the end of it. Now, down here, you've got a couple. I think there's one up inside here too. And there's a screw there. You just want to feel inside. I'll show you where they are, but you want to feel inside to get those ones off. But next I'm going to take this one off. And that one too, there's a nut. You have to go down inside and grab it. And just put it back on the nut, just like that. Now we can shrink down to here, and we can straighten out the handlebars. And there's a nut on the back of that one too. So I'm just going to hold it with my finger. And again, when I take this one, I'm just going to put my nut back on it. And then there's one in the center. We're going to grab it too. And again, that one has a nut on it. Just like that. There we go. And that's that. So we're going to put these nuts up inside here. Our bolts and nuts. Now, if you grab up at the top, you can start pulling it slowly. You can pull the tabs off and start separating it from the front of the bike. And I'm just going to take a quick look. I think there's one or two screws left. I just want to look. And they're on the bottom. And we're just going to go and get it right here. This one actually has a clip, so you don't have to remove a nut or anything. It just comes off of the clip. There we go. And that's our whole side fairing. Okay. Put my bolt in there. And I just want to see. So there's one screw in the front here, so I'm going to get that screw out right there whenever I put my screwdriver. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. See right up here, take that screw off. I just want to make sure that there's no bolt or anything anywhere holding it, and that should now pretty much pull off. I think it's only a tab holding it now. So now, trying to figure out what's holding me there. So give me a quick second and I will be right back. Okay, so there's one screw in there, so what we're gonna have to do inside this fairing, there's a little fairing with a whole bunch of little screws. We're gonna have to take it out first. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out them little screws and I'll be right back. Okay, so I took 3 little screws off, and then what it did was it opened a section inside, and then there's one screw holding my fairing right here. In there. There we go. So I'm going to hold this fairing up while I unscrew it so it doesn't tumble to the ground as soon as I get this screw out. There we go. And that right there is how you take off your side fairings. So now you've got a good look at your bike. So I'm just going to put this down for now. I'm going to lay it on its back. I never lay it on its front because it'll just scratch it. So if you're going to lay down a fairing, that's it. Don't ever lay it on its back. It'll just scratch that. You don't want that. So that, guys, is the bike. That's the whole side of the bike, fully exposed. That's where I dropped that screw. Thank you. So I got all my screws. Put them there. There we go. Now. So now all we have to do is go ahead and put our fairings back on. So just give me a moment and I'll be right back and we'll put this all back together. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and get started putting our fairing back on. What we're gonna need is, we're gonna put our Phillips screws back in the back side of the fairing, but first we have to put the one in right here. Once I do that, then I can put all the other ones back in. So it's a smaller Phillips screw. Whatever we need here. So you're going to have big Phillips screws and small Phillips screws. These small ones are for the inside of the fairing. So you can just go ahead and grab all those right away. All the small ones go on the inside, and all the bigger ones go on the outside of the fairing. The bolts and nuts, I'll show you where they go. That's in detail. Okay, I've got them all sorted out. All right, so got our fairing. So the one that's holding it, and we can just move that, is this one right here. So when we put that up right here, then we can screw it in, and then that back piece can be all screwed back into place. So to put this back in, you can actually put your fairing in place where it should go, just like that. And you can do it all the way up, just like that, and then we'll put that back screw in. Straight. Just gotta find it. There it is. Just want to make sure I'm putting it in the right one. Yep. There we go. So now the front is held on in the one spot. Now I can put my little black piece back on the inside here, and I can put all the screws on the inside. There's one right there. just like that, and then just follow down. And everywhere you feel there needs to be a screw, you can put it in. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead, just because you guys can't see it, I'm going to go ahead behind and put all these 3 screws that are left in. All in. Now, we'll start right here. Just go up a tiny bit here somehow. There we go. Because we're going to start putting in all the screws along here. So there's only three screws left, so I'm going to put the 2 front ones in. Just so we have the screws pretty well all done. So one screw goes here. That, and the other screw goes right here, just like that. And then our bolts, we have one here, we can start putting them in. These are shorter bolts, they're not the real long ones. So we can go ahead and put this one in here. And then we can go ahead and put the one in right here. So that our front or our top is nice and locked in. We can go ahead and put ours in right here. And those are just the regular size bolts. They're the same ones as all of those ones. Oops. There. There. And if you remember, there's one on the bottom that we have to do. So I'll put that one up there. So the one on the bottom's in, and that one's the one I was talking about. It goes right here, and it just goes to a clip. It's not a big deal, very easy. Now we're gonna put the ones in that need nuts. So there should be one, two, three, four that need nuts. So the ones that all need nuts are all down here. One's like this right here. Go ahead and put some on it. Now once that's tight like that, as soon as I tighten it with my driver, the nut's going to catch on the back and it'll tighten. There we go. Okay, so there's another one with a nut right here. And I just reach in from the back way, like all the way around the fairing, to put my nut on. Tighten that like that. And then this one here also takes the nut right down here. ahead and I'll put that one in. I can put the other one back in. And there we go. Nice. Right there. Now we just have to come back here. We got this one right here. That's the one with the real long one, remember? So we'll put that in there. There we go. Put our notch on the back. There we go. Next, this one right here. Just like that. Now we can get our nuts again. And we just need one at the top. So one here and one down here. This is also where your emissions plate is, right here. Alrighty. So next, we can put this one on here, and this one is just a pop in. I'll show you what goes on. It's the one that goes right here. So it goes like this. Make sure you line up all your grommets and your tabs where they go. Just get it like that, and just like that. And that's the way that one stays on. Just pop in. Okay, so now, next, we're gonna do the back seat one here. There we go. Okay, nice. So this one, all we gotta do, right here, we're gonna line up our tabs in the front. Make sure they're on, give it a push in. Make sure our tabs are pushed in like that. And then we can put our screw. So we have one screw left. And that screw goes right here. Hey! Okay, so we're gonna just put in our screw right up here. Oh, can you see me? Can you see me? There it is, okay. Oh, we wanna put our screw in here. So the screw goes in here, just like this. And there's a bolt goes right here. Over a bit so you can see. Just like that. And then there's one more that goes in right there. So we're gonna put that one in there. And that, you shouldn't have any more bolts left. That should be it. Okay, so it's nice and tight. And then there's only one more fairing to come on. But something happened to this fairing when it popped off. There's one of the little rubber grommets there, came off with it. That's the little rubber grommet, and it's supposed to be in that hole right there. So if that happens, just take and press it back in. There we are, just like that. And this is our last piece that goes on. And again, it just goes on with the little tabs. Put them in the rubber grommets, give it a push. Just like that. And that's it, guys. That's how you put your fairings, your side, well, that's how you replace a side fairing on the whole side fairing. We took the whole side fairing off on the X22R Max.